Bula. Bula.
Absolute pleasure.
Galak.
Binawali.
Lang.
Bulavinak and good afternoon to you all. I'm very happy to be with you in Korvuto to officially open the new Mate Road Bridge. Today marks a new beginning for this community. Your old crossing was severely damaged after the 2007 and 2009 floods, which, as we all know, devastated the Western Division. These floods in the two last year destroyed crops, destroyed homes, and destroyed businesses. It also had a severe impact on the day-to-day lives of the Fijians living in this community. The damage to the bridge was left unattended, and the people suffered for it. When this matter was brought to my attention a few months ago, I immediately understood the urgency of the problem. This bridge is a lifeline for the people who rely on it. It provides hundreds of Fijians access to towns and access to hospitals. It provides children access to schools. And it provides farmers access to markets. In Korvuto, the main industry is sugar. The sugarcane growers rely on this bridge to transport their cane to Lutokamil. To the sugar farmers here today, I urge you to make the most of this bridge. Currently, the local productivity per hectare is low. You need to work with FSC and the Minister for Sugar to implement best practices and possibly introduce new varieties of sugarcane. Under the Sugarcane Industry Strategic Action Plan, our national target is 47 tons per hectare in 2013 and 70 tons per hectare by 2017. There is no reason that the farmers in this area cannot meet those targets with the right guidance, right assistance, and of course with the right attitude. If we are focused and we remove the politics from sugar, we can achieve these targets even sooner. To all of you here this afternoon, I urge you to look for new ways to make productive use of this new bridge. Whether it's opening up new land for sugar cultivation, commercial farming, commercially farming other crops, or rearing livestock. The $269,000 spent by government is a small price compared to the many exciting new economic opportunities this bridge will afford you. As I've said many times before, my government's most important task is to deliver services to the Fijian people. We all know how easy it is to make promises. For too many former politicians, promises were just words used to win government. This government, my government, is different. Whether it is building new schools, roads and bridges, or fixing up old ones. Whether it is providing new services or making the existing services run better. Whether it is supporting the old industries that Fijians rely on for a living or helping create new ones. Our commitment to the Fijian people is etched in each cinder block of that new school and paved in each meter of that new road or bridge. All these projects serve as visible reminders that we, the government, are accountable to you, the people. As many of you may know, last week I announced the draft constitution for Fiji. I'm encouraged by much of the discussion and debate that has begun to take place. But I'm also concerned by the efforts of some individuals and NGOs who are trying to misrepresent and mislead. I encourage each of you to read the draft constitution for yourselves. You need to make up your own mind. I'm personally very proud of the draft constitution. For the first time in Fiji's history, It guarantees socio-economic rights for every Fijian. What are these, you may ask? These include rights to housing, rights to sanitation, reasonable access to transportation, rights to education, adequate food, the rights to have clean water, a just minimum wage, social security schemes, rights to have better health services and sanitation. And they also include specific rights for children and the disabled. Day-to-day issues such as this were the focus of many submissions made by ordinary Fijians to the Guy Commission. That is why I'm so proud they are included in the draft constitution. This is your constitution. It ensures that power lies with Parliament, which is elected and accountable to you, the people. There is even a provision that allows for a referendum. None of Fiji's previous constitution has ever given so much direct power to the will of the people. It creates a Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission and an Accountability and Transparency Commission. None of Fiji's previous constitutions has ever created such bodies to keep public officials, civil servants, and parliamentarians accountable and create transparency. These provisions, together with others, will enable the Constitution to stand the test of time and, of course, will make it an enduring foundation for a new Fiji. Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to thank all those involved with this project, including the team at the Ministry of Sugar and Return Services League and the Agro Development Corporation. I would also like to acknowledge the many former members of the RFMF who worked on this project, whose commitment to the Fijian people has lasted even after their services has ended. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my great pleasure to officially open the Mate Road Bridge. Thank you.